there anything that gets the juices flowing like a rivalry game? And our matchup is bitter. It has barbs and shots thrown on and off the field over the years. Glad to have you with us from Colorado Springs, Colorado, and home to the Air Force Falcons. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Navy midshipmen, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Air Force Falcons. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Navy ready for kickoff as we get this game started. He'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Air Force Falcons offense will go to work first. So the last time these two got together, the nails were chewed down to the cuticles. It was a barn burner. Think we get another one of those, Jesse?
I certainly hope so, Reese. And I know that mental toughness is very cliche in all of sports, especially college football. And David, it's something that coaches are always harping on. But this is one of those games, the team that's most mentally tough at the end, they probably win.
Especially in rivalry games, especially in big moments, especially when there's more to it than just a game. So I think that this is something that who can focus, who can stay disciplined, who can stay tough and keep and block out all the noise.
Breaks into the open. Gets away from one. Finds him. He smashes his way through again. Touchdown, Air Force. He shed tackles like a snake getting rid of his skin.
This offense is high octane, boy. You just saw it. Not a lot of time needed for them to go all the way and score 6. Well done.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Navy's offense taking the field for a chance. We have to see them today. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game. Now, I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
The loudest jet you can think of has nothing on this crowd as they try to help the Falcons on 3rd down. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted! Oh, what a play! Going the other way, and he's got room. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the tight end.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on game day.
And the Falcons with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
A designed run for the quarterback. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. The Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. To the ground with the back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
First down, you know you always want to establish the running game. How about this offense? Nothing fancy. Run the football, be physical, get a big gain.
And the Falcons have this offense rolling. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Sends it back in motion. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
And you got to throw the fullback down in, down out. You get those situations, you can give him the ball, give him a bone, reward him for all of his hard work.
Not a whole lot of room to run. Let's give him a couple.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
This has been really good for the defense, too. It's kind of a bend-don't-break mentality, right? Really bowing up with your backs against the wall. If you can win this next 3rd down, try to force the opponent into a field goal, that's a win if you're on defense.
He's going for the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Falcons.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Right on the money. At the 40, there he goes. He's loose. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The Cadets here doing their best impressions of a jet engine right on takeoff. Listen to this place. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's John. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the 1st down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. Navy was pinned deep, and now a chance to put together a drive. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way, and they finally get him down at the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. The give to the fullback. And this defense does it again. Back-to-back plays for nothing. It'll be 3rd down.
Man, that hurts because second down, you got everything in front of you, the whole playbook open. Now you get a lost yardage play. Now it's third down. Now it puts those feet to the fire a little bit more. Now you better come up with something you really love in this area of the field.
They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. The kicker looks a little disappointed. He'll not come into the game. They'll go for it on 4th and goal from the 4. Looking to throw. Back swinging for the goal line. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? The Falcons backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on 1st down. They'll run the option. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. On the option. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. And the Falcons will line up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Good through the line. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. And Navy will go back on the attack. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. He'll loft one deep down the left side. He makes a grab. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
He's looking to pass. Midshipman. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead, but they still have plenty of work to do.
They do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half when you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This should be the last play of the quarter. They'll give it on the counter. And he'll pick up a few yards before he's dragged down, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter. Air Force has the lead here. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. Got a little work done on 1st down, now back to the line. Right back to the well. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
The Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. They'll run it from the gun. Makes it past the marker. Turning it on. Just what they were looking for. A huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give on the option. Touchdown, Air Force! How about this back staying on track and getting it in on the option? That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. South Alabama is trailing right now, but I'm not ready to say this team is out of it. Not after the way this group has rallied around that coach. It really has been something to see. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Baylor. We'll keep you updated on things in a game that could alter the balance of power in the Sun Belt. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle. It's Slater. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
The loudest jet you can think of has nothing on this crowd as they try to help the Falcons on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lost one deep down the right side. And they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with 4th down. Navy will have to punt it away. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over of football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers, David.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They plow ahead with the run, but still more ground needed to pick up the 1st down. 3rd down coming. Quick handoff. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down. This offense is completely confident in their ability to get 1 yard. They'll go for it on 4th down. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak.
Man, you see this at all levels of football. It's the hardest play to stop. I think everybody's yelling in the stands, QB sneak, QB sneak. It doesn't matter. You know it's coming, but it's so difficult with all those guys, all those bodies to try to stop that quarterback.
Yeah, and you got to wonder what the defense is feeling on this drive here, because they've had 5 straight runs now, and they ran it on 1st, 2nd, 3rd. They got it on 4th down, so that's a kick in the gut, and all of a sudden, right away on 1st down, they're running it at you again.
Oh, he's got some space. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Falcons are on the move. They'll try the run. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
From the gun, running back gets to give. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. For young men who are going to make their living protecting the skies, they can cover some ground too.
There's no doubt, and they're going to cover the ground and be on the ground, stay on the ground, and be very successful. That's what they want to do with this running attack.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. The Falcons will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Timeout there, 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together.
And a running game can be really hard to stop when you got so many guys that can do some damage. And this defense is taking some licks. This QB's made them look silly a couple of times, but they're starting to adjust.
Sneaks it in. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
Lining up for the PAT. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. It was finished off with the quarterback sneak. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. With the catch, it's Johns. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. Navy needs to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Johns. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw again. Here's a heat. Looking to scramble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it. Quarterback making adjustments. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Makes the catch. It's Burden. He goes out of bounds just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. And when you're backed up, execution like that at a premium. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He wants to go deep. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. He'll try to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care how good you are, you better protect it.
Yeah, you just got to take what the defense is giving you. And I agree, David. It looks like right now he's trying to force the big play instead of just checking it down or throwing away. He's got to do a better job working through his progressions right now. He's got tons of talent, but he's making bad decisions.
Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. They've been outstanding here in this first half. Might as well try for the knockout punch, David.
Yeah, confidence has to be at an all-time high. Great first half. I'm going to get more, Palmer. I'm not scared with the lead when I got the football there.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You can see the quarterback's body language. He wants to go. He wants to go tempo. He wants to take shots. They're trying to light this scoreboard up.
He'll take it himself.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Runs through a tackle. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. And the Falcons will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that is just about a perfect punt as he pins them deep inside the 10-yard line. And here comes the Navy offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking downfield, and time is running short. He's going for the big play. Pulls it in on the left. Oh, a lot of space. He's at the touchdown, Navy. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And that touchdown was massive for the offense. Gives them confidence heading into halftime. But remember, they're going to be receiving first in the third quarter, so they get an opportunity to cut even further into this lead. That was a huge play.
It's caught for the two-point conversion, and this offense builds some momentum going into halftime. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. These quarterbacks have been wheeling and dealing. A little bit of everything through 2 quarters. Exactly what we expected all week, if not even exceeding those lofty expectations. Feels like the defense that can at least contain one of these dual threats is going to be celebrating a hard-fought victory, although easier said than done. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
We're just about ready to start the second half. On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And the midshipman offense making its way back onto the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now. Get ready for another one.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Man now. They'll give it to him again. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting.
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it. Stop at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a first and goal.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. To the air on second down. Under fire. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
That's an area of the field the quarterback just cannot take a sack on. Second down, down inside the 5-yard line. If it's not open, you just got to throw it away because now you've backed yourself up even further. It's going to be even harder to throw this thing into the end zone or to score a touchdown. That's going to be a learning opportunity for this young man.
Gets it out quickly. He got in the football, but he could not convert. It'll be fourth down. Throw into the end zone, and it's picked off.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. They'll always remember this moment.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. Running back searching for a hole. There he goes!
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you could turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The Falcons can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Gets the back moving. The option look. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. So now it's second and long. Quarterback keeper. He's stopped for no gain again. Back-to-back runs, and they have nothing to show for it except facing a third and long. Trying to pick up a first down. They'll run play action. Here comes the heat. A strike downfield. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. And the Falcons are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Flips it out in the flat. And he has run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. The Falcons have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's second and a mile. Wants to go up top. The sure hands. It's Cooper. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. They'll send the back in motion. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Caught over the middle. It's Cooper. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
And you can tell the QB wants to run. He's going to be a big part of the game plan, and the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand, and more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end of the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
Running into the open space. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness.
And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback, he really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
Now facing 2nd and long after the defense came up with that sack. Give to the running back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it.
Pressure all over the quarterback, and down he goes at the 24. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Never a doubt. And that will extend their lead even further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Very intriguing Big 12 matchup today, gentlemen. Here's a look at how it finished up. Oklahoma was able to ride away on that Sooner schooner with the win, but not necessarily without a few bumps along the way. Man, nothing in college football is easy. Fun one in the Big 12, man. They generally are, as the teams there continue to jockey for bowl position.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
They say tight ends are a quarterback's best friend in the pass game because think about it. The tight end's the guy lined up closest to the quarterback, which means generally those are the easiest throws a quarterback has. You saw it on that play.
Makes the grab. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Caught by the receiver. Gain of 21 on the play.
Navy quick to the line. Wants to throw on 1st down. Pulls it in. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that 1st down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense.
And it is another interception. Just a terrible struggle for this quarterback. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. They'll power it inside with the fullback. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Leaves it with the back. Fights off a defender. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. Well, guys, Air Force has the lead here. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Just about ready to go in the 4th, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. On the move. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. And the Falcons come to the line with a new set of downs. This is a designed run. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll run the option. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. The Falcons are moving quickly down the field. Motion from the back. On the option. The pitch. A solid pickup there. Works it to the 30. For being pushed out of bounds. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. On the move.
No gain on the play. 3rd down coming up.
This will be the 7th play of the drive, and they need to convert 3rd and 6. Gives it on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, there was just nowhere to go for the runner on that last play. Just way too much penetration up front, and as a result, they lose yardage.
Punt is in the air. Wants to return it. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. And Navy will go back on the attack. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes the grab inside the 30. Off and running. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, midshipman.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now.
Breaks into the open. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle. It's Valentine. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. This offense thrives on those big, explosive plays, and that one has them set up with a 1st and 10 from the 17. Quarterback keeps it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. He'll ride his man on the option. They will stop him short, and the defense trying to keep him alive. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. Splits the uprights right down the middle. And they'll push that lead down a little further.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
And here comes the Navy offense. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got the back over the middle.
You know, at this point of the game, guys, trailing the way they are late in the game, check down throws are not going to get it done. You have got to be more aggressive in the passing game, and you're going to have to just start taking shots.
Going to take a shot on 2nd and short. Under fire. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the 1st down, and he slides in safely.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
Great job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet. Looking downfield on first down. And the quarterback is toast back at the 35. Navy will try to fight its way out of this hole here on second down.
And that was a big objective for this defense coming into the game. Talking to coaches, we want to keep him in the pocket. We don't want him to use his wheels. He's fast. He's elusive.
He lofts one down the sideline. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The Cadets here doing their best impressions of a jet engine right on takeoff. Listen to this place. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to put it.
He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the second down misfire. Oh, he makes the catch. He'll be out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 24.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game. But the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! And the comeback is on.
If we had any chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. Obvious thinking here. Get the two-point conversion now, and all you'll need is a field goal to tie. Takes a snap, wants to throw. Bringing the heat. The pressure gets to him. Quarterback is sacked, and the two-point attempt is denied, and the lead stays right where it is. That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Well, after back-to-back losses, this team is really teetering on the edge of disaster.
They got to try to hold players, and they've got good schemes on both sides of the ball. Just things have not gone their way. They just need to make a few more plays to turn this thing.
and then they can do it, and they will do it. Listen, you got to get the players right. You got to get those guys in there believing. This is part of what happens. You got to take a few lumps sometimes, take those losses. But this team's going to figure it out. You can tell they got the right stuff.
That will put the wrap on things from here for David.